Now I want to take a look at tuples. So tuples, they're like arrays, but the only difference is they're a fixed size array. So you have an array and it can only accept a certain amount of element. So for example, I can say I'm going to define country, right? So I'm going to say country, and then I'm going to say this is going to be a tuple. So I'm going to put opening and closing bracket, and then I want to have a name for the country, and that's going to be a string. And then I want to have an area, and that's going to be a number. So this is how I define my tuple, right? So you can see that I'm using the same array syntax, but in a slightly different way. So I can also initialize this up here, or I can go down and then I can say country. The country name is going to be USA, for example. And you can see that if I leave it like that, it's giving me an error. And then I say, let's say this country, I don't know, 500 or something. And you can see that now I don't have this error anymore because I'm following the structure that I defined up here. And if I try to make this a string, for example, you're going to see that's going to give me an error because it's expecting a number in that location. And I can't swipe those either. So I can't put the 500 first. So I can put the number first and then put the string. You can see that it's giving me an error. So I'm going to revert that. And it doesn't have to be two different data types. It can be any data type. So I can go down here and I say let's say city, and then I'm gonna give it a type. So let's say we have population, for example, and that's gonna be a number. And then let's say area again, that's also gonna be a number. And then let's say name, that's gonna be a string. And that's a valid tuple definition or declaration right there. And this is giving me an error because I have this variable defined in one of the files that we have there. And you can see that it's inside of this file. So I'm gonna say modern city, for example. So I'm just defining some random name here. So now I can go down and I can say modern city, and then I can set it equal to some value here, and I'm gonna say 8 and then let's say I don't know, 12, and then give it a name of, say, New York. So this is just a dumb example. Obviously those numbers are nowhere near the actual numbers, but you can see that I can have different data types in there, but the only difference is I have a fixed number of elements of a certain type that I can only pass in this array right here. So I can go down here and then I can console log this, say, well, this is misspelled, modern, change that up here as well, and change it up here as well. So let's go ahead and run this and click on run. You can see that we have the array printed out. So tuples are pretty much array, but of a fixed length. And as you can see here, for the modern city that I defined, I can only have 3 values added inside of the array at any given time. And again, you can't swap those either.